Okay, I've been asked to do some equation videos, so I'm going to do some of this. I'm going to do the micro ones today, see if you guys like them. I'm going to be sending you guys the equations in note form too. So I'm just going to do this. There's just too many to do all in one time. I don't have enough space on my board, and you guys, I can't have enough camera angle. So this essentially is just unit 2. Okay? The first one up here would be maximizing utility if we've got two goods that we want, particularly if we have a budget constraint. How do we maximize our utility? And in this case, remember it's margin utility per dollar of X must equal the margin utility per dollar of Y. So these two things have to be equal. We're maximizing utility. If this one ends up being 4 and this one ends up being 2, then we want to buy more of the 4 and less of the 2. As we buy more of the larger number, since marginal utility diminishes, it will bring this 4 down and bring this 2 up if we buy less of that. So that's that. The price elasticity of demand. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm going to show you 2. The first one is one that will always work. It's the percent change in quantity or the percent change in price. You're going to have a calculator for this test in 2020, so this will always work. If the answer ends up being more than 1, it's an elastic good, which means it has a high, it is highly, or is more highly dependent. The changes are dependent upon price. It's price plays a much larger role in the quantity demanded. If the price elasticity of demand is less than 1, it's an inelastic good. And if the inelasticity of demand is 1, it's a unit elastic good. And remember, the determinants of elasticity are, if it's a necessity, right? The more necessary, the higher the inelasticity. The less necessary, it's more elastic. If it is a lot of substitutes, the more substitutes, the more elasticity. The less substitutes, the more inelasticity. And then the percent of income of the good being purchased. If it's not very expensive, then you'll buy more of it, and the price is less important, which makes it inelastic. I'm going to make another video of that, though, with the determinants and showing you this. Another elasticity that goes into it is income elasticity we talked about. This determines if it's a normal good or inferior good. So this is the percent change in quantity demanded of a product over the percent change in income. So the relationship is the same. That is to say, if both are positive or both are negative. If it's a positive relationship, then it's a normal good. If it's a negative relationship, so for example, the quantity goes up while your income goes down, or the quantity goes down while your income goes up, and that's a negative relationship, that means it's an inferior good. Okay, so we have our margin utility per dollar, our maximizing utility equation, our elasticity of demand equation, our income elasticity equation. Our cross-price elasticity, remember that's what's talking about whether it's a complement or a substitute. That's percent change in the quantity demanded of X over the percent change in the price of Y. If those two things go in a positive direction, so for example, if the price of one goes up and we buy more of X, that means it's a substitute. So if the positive relationship is a substitute, if they go in opposite directions, then it's a complement. And lastly, elasticity and total revenue. I've also made another video of this. But if the price of a good goes up and it gives us more total revenue, or if the price goes down and we get less total revenue, it's an inelastic good. And again, there are videos I've made of this. You can actually watch on my webpage. It's the exact thing. I worked this out graphically and mathematically. So I'm not going to do it a second time. So, if the price goes up and we make less money, or if the price goes down and we make more money, that means it's elastic. That's also another easy way to do it. If you have your calculators, this is probably the easiest way. But if you're curious about this, on my webpage, I literally have one called like elasticity and total revenue or something. So those are the 5 from this unit, from Unit 2, and then I'll do Unit 3 and Unit 4 on the next video.